Tonight we present
the experiment of precognitive dreams. On a quiet summer night in 1927, in a small village in England, an engineer named John William Dunne woke up startled. He had had a vivid dream in which a train derailed on the outskirts of London, causing a catastrophe. What was most unsettling was that Dunne had never visited that location, yet he could describe every detail with precision. The next day, the news confirmed the accident exactly as he had dreamed. This event marked the beginning of a series of experiences that would challenge the known laws of sensory perception. Extrasensory perception, ESP, has been a topic of fascination and controversy for centuries. Since ancient times, there have been documented cases of people claiming to have psychic abilities, such as telepathy, clairvoyance, and precognition. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that parapsychology began to systematically study these phenomena. J.W. Dunne, an aeronautical engineer, became one of the pioneers in this field with his book An Experiment with Time, where he documented his precognitive dreams and proposed theories on the nature of time and consciousness. Dunne wasn't the only one to experience precognitive dreams. In the 1930s, Dr. J.B. Rhine, a psychologist at Duke University, conducted a series of experiments to investigate ESP. Using Zener cards, Rhine attempted to quantify people's ability to perceive information beyond known senses. Although his results were controversial, they laid the foundation for future research in parapsychology. One of the most intriguing cases documented by Rhine was that of Sarah, a young woman who claimed to have dreams that predicted future events. In one of her dreams, Sarah saw a devastating fire at a local factory. She described in detail the structure of the building, the flames, and the chaos that followed. 2 weeks later, the factory suffered a fire exactly as she had described. The investigators were puzzled, unable to explain how Sarah could have known about a future event with such accuracy. As Dunne and other researchers delved deeper into the study of precognitive dreams, more questions arose than answers. How is it possible for someone to see the future in their dreams? Is precognition an innate ability, or can it be developed with practice? What implications does this have for our understanding of time and reality? Testimonies from people who had experienced precognitive dreams piled up, each one more baffling than the last. One man dreamed of an earthquake in Japan, accurately describing the magnitude and epicenter of the quake. A woman dreamed of the birth of her grandson, including details about the hospital and medical staff, months before her daughter even knew she was pregnant. The scientists studying these phenomena faced a dilemma. On one hand, the data was too numerous and consistent to be ignored. On the other hand, the lack of a plausible scientific explanation led many to remain skeptical. The scientific community was divided between those who believed in the possibility of ESP and those who considered it pseudoscience. The first part of our story culminates in an unexpected twist. During a parapsychology conference, a researcher presents a new discovery, a device that, according to him, can amplify a person's precognitive abilities. The device, called the dream amplifier, promises to revolutionize our understanding of extrasensory perception. However, its use raises ethical and scientific questions. Is it safe to manipulate the human mind in this way? What consequences could it have for those who use it? The audience is on edge, eager to uncover the truth behind the dream amplifier and the implications of precognitive dreams. The second part of our story promises to unravel these mysteries and lead to a shocking conclusion. The parapsychology conference had left all the attendees in a state of anticipation. The dream amplifier promised to be a revolution in the study of extrasensory perception, but it also raised serious ethical and scientific concerns. The device, developed by Dr. Richard Hargrove, a renowned parapsychology researcher, was designed to enhance individuals' precognitive abilities by stimulating certain areas of the brain during sleep. Dr. Hargrove explained that the device worked by emitting low-frequency electromagnetic pulses that synchronized the user's brain waves with a specific pattern associated with precognition. According to his preliminary studies, subjects who used the dream amplifier experienced a significant increase in the frequency and accuracy of their precognitive dreams. Dr. Hargrove's announcement sparked an intense debate in the scientific community and among the general public. Some saw the device as a revolutionary tool that could open new frontiers in our understanding of time and consciousness. Others, however, expressed concerns about the potential side effects and ethical implications of manipulating the human mind in this way. Sarah, the young woman who had experienced precognitive dreams about the factory fire, was one of the first volunteers to try the dream amplifier. During the first few weeks of use, Sarah reported an increase in the clarity and detail of her dreams. In one of them, she saw a car accident on a nearby road, describing the location, the vehicles involved, and the weather conditions with precision. 2 days later, the accident occurred exactly as she had dreamed. As more people began to use the device, similar testimonies emerged. A man dreamed of a financial collapse in the stock market and took measures to protect his investments, saving himself from significant losses when the collapse came to pass. A woman dreamed of a terrorist attack in a European city and alerted authorities, who were able to prevent the attack thanks to the information she provided. However, not all results were positive. Some users of the dream amplifier began experiencing disturbing side effects. Recurrent nightmares, insomnia, and severe anxiety became common problems among the participants in the study. Additionally, some reported a sense of disconnection from reality, as if they were living in two worlds simultaneously, one of their dreams and one of wakefulness. The most alarming case was that of David, a young college student who had been a staunch advocate for the device. David began having increasingly dark and disturbing dreams, in which he saw catastrophic events that not only affected his immediate surroundings, but the world as a whole. In one of his dreams, he saw a nuclear war devastating several major cities. The intensity of these dreams began to affect his mental health, leading him into a state of paranoia and despair. Dr. Hargrove, concerned about these developments, decided to suspend the use of the dream amplifier and conduct a thorough investigation into its effects. During this investigation, he discovered something surprising. The brainwave patterns induced by the device not only enhanced precognition, but also altered the user's perception of time. Essentially, the subjects were not just seeing the future, they were experiencing fragments of it in real time. The revelation that the dream amplifier could alter time perception led to a series of additional experiments. Dr. Hargrove and his team began studying the brains of the users using functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, to better understand how the device affected brain activity. They discovered that certain areas of the brain, particularly the temporal lobe and hippocampus, showed unusually high activity during the use of the device. These findings suggested that the dream amplifier was activating neural circuits associated with memory and temporal perception in a way that had never been observed before. This led to an audacious theory. Precognition might not be a psychic ability in the traditional sense, but rather an advanced form of temporal information processing that allowed individuals to access possible futures based on patterns and probabilities. To test this theory, Dr. Hargrove's team designed an experiment in which subjects used the device while presented with complex and dynamic scenarios in a virtual reality environment. The results were astonishing. The subjects could not only predict future events within the virtual environment with surprising accuracy, but they also showed an improved ability to make quick and effective decisions based on that information. However, prolonged use of the device still had negative side effects. Subjects reported extreme mental fatigue and an increasing difficulty in distinguishing between dreamed events and reality. This led the team to conclude that while the dream amplifier held incredible potential, its use needed to be carefully regulated and monitored to avoid harm to the mental health of the users. The story of the dream amplifier and the precognitive dreams of Sarah and other volunteers left an indelible mark on the field of parapsychology. While the device demonstrated that extrasensory perception could have a scientific basis, it also underscored the need to approach these phenomena with caution and responsibility. Dr. Hargrove presented his findings in a series of lectures and scientific publications, opening a new chapter in the study of temporal perception and consciousness. His work inspired other researchers to explore the boundaries between science and the paranormal, seeking answers to questions that had baffled humanity for centuries. As the scientific community continued to debate the implications of the dream amplifier, one thing became clear. The human mind is a vast and largely unexplored territory, full of mysteries that challenge our understanding of time, reality, and perception. Once considered mere curiosities, precognitive dreams were now seen as a window into a world of infinite possibilities. The story of Sarah, David, and Dr. Hargrove reminds us that while science can offer explanations and theories, there will always be an element of mystery in our quest for knowledge. Precognitive dreams and extrasensory perception invite us to question what we think we know and keep an open mind to the unknown. Ultimately, the dream amplifier did not only amplify the precognitive abilities of its users, it also amplified our curiosity and desire to explore the limits of the human mind. And although the device was withdrawn from the market due to its side effects, its legacy endures in the ongoing research and debate about the nature of perception and time.
The questions don't end here, nor does our pursuit. If this story unveiled something you never expected to discover, then you're in the right place. Remember to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this tale with others who, like you, are drawn to the unknown. Here, mystery always finds its voice, until we meet again, where the inexplicable will once again serve as our starting point.